What's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel. I know I usually talk about cryptocurrencies, but as you guys know, I also own a moving company. That's my main stream of income, additional to a clothing brand. But here's my moving shirt. You know, if you guys are watching this video after the one I just made before this about crypto, I apologize for wearing a moving shirt. I just got off a job today, but we're going to talk about how to start a moving company for basics, guys. This is unscripted. I literally just finished a video about crypto. I just finished some working. I worked on a full pack and move job yesterday. We packed the house. Today we moved it. But all right, I'm rambling too much. Today's topic is going to be how to start a moving company and how to keep a successful moving company running. Like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Even if you're not, please like this video. It really helps me fight the YouTube algorithm. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about my new studio, and please follow me on my social media. I'm trying to increase my Instagram followers by a good amount. So other than that, let's deep dive into this video, guys. Again, this is unscripted. I'm just rolling with it. So how did I start? Very simply put, guys, I started off cheap. Don't think you have to start off right away. Like, if you don't have the funds to go buy a big fancy truck, don't feel like you need to and get into debt that you're not ready for when you're taking out a loan. Get a cheap cargo van, go on Craigslist and advertise man with a van. I'm telling you, it works. Get a good picture, get a good description going, and not only advertise for moving, but advertise for junk removal as well. Find out what the dumps charge around you, so then you can choose to either, you know, break even or to upcharge, so you can start making some more profits on the dumping. But offer both services, guys. If you have a cargo van, why wouldn't you? When people are moving, they're naturally going to need to throw stuff away eventually, so it's a great hand-in-hand market, and that's where I've capitalized on. And over the last 3 years, I've, you know, doubled my income with my company. That being said, so start small, work your way up. If you're eligible to get a loan after a little bit, you know, save up, you know, if you want to, if you're ready to make the jump earlier like I did. Like, I only had $3,000 saved up when I just took the risk and I got a box truck, but you feel free to ride that wave out until you feel more comfortable and you have like 10K saved up or 15K, then get that investment going. But I was just very confident in what I was doing, and I'm a kind of a person who just kind of takes the risk when I feel like there's something there. I've always done that. Even with my investments right now, you guys getting a little derailed. We'll talk about my investments later. But yes, so just it's all depending on what kind of person you are. So then you can work your way up to a box truck, and once you have a box truck, then you can start advertising for like apartment moves. You know, that's when you start to find a buddy. You know, hit up anybody you know. First off, start with your friends. See who's out of work. You know, I'm sure one person can like help you out, and that's all you need. That's all I had. It was me and another kid. That's all we did 1 year, and that's all you really need. Start advertising for apartment moves. You know, after a couple of moves, you'll save up enough. Get moving blankets, get dollies, get tie downs, get all the equipment that you need to have a box truck with a professional look. You don't need to get shirts right away. You know, work in your sweatshirts. Customers don't care as long as the service is done. You know, they may look at you funny in the beginning and kind of give you that awkward looking eye, but you know, as they see how well you're doing, and you know, if you're, you know, excelling in what you're doing and you're not breaking stuff and you're handling everything with care, they're not going to care, and they're still going to tip you. Another thing, save your tips. Don't spend all your tips. Save your tips for an investment, like shirts, like good looking shirts. Save your tips. Save every bit of money that you can before you start making the big investments or you start spending your money freely. You know, it's a company that, you know, it takes a little bit of time to develop. But then once you start getting comfortable and you're confident with, like, you know, your moving services, with the labor part and your trucks and you're insured and you're licensed and all that stuff, and you should definitely get the licensing and the insurance before you actually start the company. But sometimes, you know, as you're waiting for licensing, you can still operate. Just make sure the one most important thing, if you're starting off and you don't have a lot of funding, make sure that you're insured. There's a lot of companies out there that will insure you. If you're in the Boston area watching this, hit me up. I can give you my insurance broker's number. He gives me the greatest rates, you know, unbelievable rates. When I first started, unbelievable rates. But That being said, make sure you're insured. That's the number one thing you want. You never want to get into a situation where like you can't get yourself out of it. You know, that's the one thing that'll mess you up worse than anything starting a moving company is being uninsured. You have to legally be insured. Don't do any sketchy stuff unless you're planning on like renting U-Hauls and Penske's. Then just make sure you have like general liability insurance. You don't need the commercial insurance. But you know, as you're progressing, then you know, look into getting another crew. But before that, honestly, I'm kind of going one step ahead. Actually, let's backtrack. So we were at the point where you and another guy are very comfortably like handling apartment jobs. That's when you start to introduce yourself to industry professionals in your area. Join networking groups like BNI, Business Networking International. Look into a local networking group near you. Literally, just go to bni.com and you can find one, and then reach out to one of the people up top. Be like, hey, can I, you know, visit your networking group? You get 2 free visits before you have to make a commitment, and then they'll go over how much you have to pay to be in that. But if not, if you don't want to do BNI, there's cheaper alternatives too, like Networking USA. There's also just what's that application called? Eventbrite. Literally, go to networking events near you. If you're a moving company, don't go to like a tech event or like a wellness and health and wellness event. Go to real estate events. Go to like loan in home buying seminar events. Like, go to those type of events. Meet people in your industry, and then you'll work and you'll develop your network, and you're gonna get solid leads from like professionals. And most likely, like when you're building your network and you're talking to high level professionals, they're gonna refer you high level clients. It's just what the natural order of operations, and that's how it's going to eventually develop into, you know, a full-scale moving company. And that's when you, like me, can get out of the moving industry. Like, again, this is like the first time, like, I barely actually physically go out on jobs anymore because I have such a good crew. I have about 5 to 6 guys right now that I can call at any given time and have them working. And you know, we worked our way from a cargo van. Now we're renting 26-foot trucks. We don't own them just yet. We own 2 box trucks. We own a 12-foot and a 16-foot, and we own a cargo van. So like, we have like apartment size nailed down. We have all the equipment that we need, dollies. I have a warehouse over here for storage. This is my warehouse office that I'm filming in right now. But eventually you can get to that point. Guys, I'm 25 years old and I'm doing this. Like, you can do this. You can start this when you're 18. If you're watching this and you just graduated college and you're thinking about enlisting in the Army or the Marines, unless that's your like goal in life, guys, consider starting a moving company off Craigslist. I mean, by the time you're my age, I wish I started this when I was 18. I look back on that all the time and say, where would have I been if I started this at 18? I started this at 21. You know, 3 years from now, I don't know where I'll be, but it's interesting. So at that point, you can get out of the labor part, because eventually as the boss, you're going to start getting tired and you're not going to want to reach out to people at night and text them. Like right now, after this video, I'm going to edit my videos, but then I'm also simultaneously going to be contacting the customers that are hitting me up. So I have to respond to those, book those jobs, guys, and find a good system that works for you for booking your jobs, whether it's like Google Calendar or a CRM. Like, figure out a good way to do that. But just keep it going. Get out of the labor part eventually. 1 to 2 years. That should probably be your max when you're starting the company, to where like you have 2 other guys. Because you're already paying 1 guy, so that means you can afford to pay another guy hopefully after 2 years. Because the amount of time that you're spending creating more business and expanding avenues and developing your business outside of the labor, that's 8 hours, 10 hours a day if you're working long shifts, guys. You want to be focusing all that time to grow the business, and you're not going to grow the business if you're working in the business. Work for the company, not in the company. That's a very, very valuable lesson that you should take. Never think that that you need to be on every single job. Learn to trust your employees, because they're going to take care of the job. And again, you have that thing called insurance, which we talked about earlier. That is going to very, very give you a lot of ease of mind when you're letting other employees handle all your jobs. And make sure you have workers' comp when you have employees as well. Make sure to have workers' comp insurance. That's very, very crucial too, once you start having like teams running your jobs. But then, guys, I mean, like at that point, once you've already you've gotten out of it, and you have a well-developed network, and you have guys running your jobs for you daily, then you can start looking into like bigger ways to expand your company. And then you can start like if you have enough income, you can start looking to get like a warehouse space and start offering storage. You can, do junk removal again, like on the side, and then store some of the stuff that's nice, because people throw out nice stuff and you can sell it. You can start a selling portion of your business. There's so many ways that you can go with this. You can start to reach out to like transportation companies and see if you can like pick up small truckloads, and there's so many avenues that you can go. And then not to mention, like, you can still offer just labor services. Like, we have countless big corporations that literally hire us just for bodies. They'll pay our rates happily, and we're just inside the building all day. It's the best to be working when it's snowing outside and raining, and meanwhile all you have to do is just show up to this building and you stay inside all day and you get paid, and my guys love that, and I know your guys will too. So, and then I guess the biggest and most important thing is to have a positive attitude and just stay motivated and see the vision. Don't give up just because you break one piece of china. Like, been down that road where we smashed a glass china. Like, we barely break stuff, but once you experience that, then you're not afraid of it anymore. It's not the end of the world. Like, I remember the day when we did break that. It was very early in the start of the company, and I was so upset. I was like, damn, I can't keep doing this. But I kept going because I saw the bigger vision, and that's the one thing you don't want to lose. If you have that big vision, keep going after it until you get there. But eventually, things will get easier on you, and things will get easier on your body. You won't have to be lifting as much, and one day you're just going to have a successfully running moving company, because people naturally, like, for example, like with COVID, I kind of just stepped down from using Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, any of that kind of stuff, which you can get into, and I would say get into that like early on, because it will help you as well get high level clients. But at this point this year, as I've been focusing on multiple other like business ventures, I kind of slowed down a little bit in terms of how much volume I want, but most of my work is organic. Like, we have a couple of big commercial clients, we have a bunch of realtors that we've already networked with, we have real estate attorneys, we have a lot of people just like referring us constant work, home concierges, like it. And we don't, like, I haven't put barely $1,000 this year into advertising, if that, from last year to this year combined, actually. So you can get there, and then I can only imagine what's going to happen once I start pumping out Google ads again. This summer is going to be insane. So I hope you guys know, this is coming from someone who's 25, didn't go to college, started a business career at community college. But listen, guys, anyone can do it, and if you really want to start a moving company, just do it. Just start it. You can start off renting too. It's a great way, especially if you can find a way to start getting like clients in like wealthier areas. They will be more than happy to pay the truck rental fees. So if you want to like even just use like a U-Haul before you even buy a cargo van, use a U-Haul. Use a U-Haul. Penske's in some areas are cheaper. Like for us, Penske's are actually cheaper, give better rates, and the more business you give them, the better rates they'll give you. I have a great connection with Penske right now. So yeah, that's kind of the long and short of it. And just stay motivated, find a good team, make sure you have people who you trust, and just keep expanding. If like moving is like what you want to do for the rest of your life, just keep on growing, keep on getting new trucks, keep on multiplying what you're doing, because once you get to the point where you're out of the business, then it's just multiplying your work and your team. That's pretty much all it is, just replicating that. And then if you want to get a bigger space, then it's offering more storage, and you can mix it up with junk removal. But it really, at a certain point, it just becomes like recreating what you have on a bigger scale, and then just managing more, and then maybe placing somebody in the office. Like at this point right now, I have a sales GM, basically the position I gave him as GM is like he will find jobs and I'll give him a commission for that. So now I'm not even creating all the work anymore. And then it can just keep on getting easier and easier until eventually, like, if you don't want to be in the business, you really don't have to be. But that's farther down the line. So that's all I got, though. If you guys like this video and you got some value out of it, please like it and subscribe. Please follow me on social media, and if you want to see more videos, guys, please let me know. I'll be happy to give you more advice on having a successful moving company. Other than that, catch you in the next video.